Welcome to today's video. Today we're looking at a 2019 action horror movie titled Ready or Not. The movie focuses on a newly wedded bride forced to play a deadly game on her wedding night by her in-laws. If the game goes as expected, she will die. So stay tuned and watch how her wedding night went. If you're new to the channel, please click on the subscribe button and turn your notification on. And while you're at that, smash the like button. Let's hop into the video. The movie kicks off with two young brothers, Alex and Daniel Lidomas, looking horrified and running down the hall of a scary-looking building. Daniel is the older one, and he hides his Alex inside a cupboard. And almost immediately, a man wearing a wedding suit runs to him crying for help. Daniel instead shouts he's in here to attract the chasers. The rest of the Lidomas family come in wearing scary masks and shoot the man. The man's wife, Helen, screams as she watches her husband get shot, but she composes herself as her husband gets dragged away. Fast forward to the present day, 30 years after that horrific scene, we see Grace, a beautiful young bride wearing her wedding dress, sitting in Alex's room. She's about to get married to Alex, but Alex's family doesn't like her because they think she's married to Alex because of their family's wealth. But Grace does not care about this as she's in love with Alex and is looking forward to them getting married. Alex, now in the room with her, tells her that can still back down from the wedding if she wants, but Grace kisses him and is determined to go through with the wedding. The couple then goes to the courtyard to take their wedding pictures, and that is where we are introduced to the rest of the family. Tony, Alex's dad, his wife Becky, also Alex's mom, Daniel and his arrogant wife Charity, and the creepy aunt Helene. Remember her from the beginning of the video? The wedding finally takes place, and the newly wedded couple has happiness written all over their faces. The celebration is over, and the couple head to their room for some alone time. They are interrupted by Aunt Helene. Aunt Helene tells them to come out to meet the family as everyone is waiting for them. This surprises Grace, and Alex explains to her that it is a family tradition. The Lidomas always welcome any new addition to the family by marriage by playing a game at midnight, in honor of the family's board game company. Grace is excited to play the game. Back in the living room, the family is waiting for them. Alex's mom begs Grace to convince Alex to spend more time with his family and take his place as heir to the family's dominion. This surprises Grace, but she agrees. Emily, Alex's sister, her husband Fitch, and their two children arrive. The kids are taken to another room by a maid, and the adults sit at a table to begin the game. Tony stands up and tells the family's history. Their ancestor, Victor Lidomas, made a deal with a mysterious man, Mr. LaBelle. The agreement of the deal was that Mr. LaBelle would give an insane amount of donation to the Lidomas family's business, and in return the Lidomas must always continue the tradition. That is, playing a game anytime there's a new outside addition to the family. A box is then passed to her. She is to pick a card from it. Grace draws a card labeled Hide and Seek. Everyone's face and mood changes immediately except Grace. Grace is still excited to play the game, unaware of the truth. She hides while the Lidomases arm themselves with antique weapons to hunt her down and kill her. The game officially begins, and from where Grace is hiding, she witnesses Emily accidentally killing one of the maids, thinking the maid is her. Right here, Grace realizes that this is not the type of hide and seek she played when she was a kid. Fortunately, Alex found his way to her after being locked up by his family, and he tells her that the hide and seek card is the only game that requires the family to kill the recipient. The family believes that if Grace survives until dawn, the entire family will die, as per the agreement with LaBelle. Alex didn't tell her this initially because he thought she would leave him if she knew about the tradition. The last time someone pulled that card was 30 years ago when Helene's husband was killed. Shocked, scared, and angry, Grace becomes determined to survive. Alex tells Grace that he will protect her, and he tells her to run down the hallway and leave the house through the kitchen. Grace, now in full survival mode, rushing down the hall, sees two doors and is not sure which one leads to the kitchen. She picks the left one, and it leads her to some family members. She turns around to run, but she sees Emily with a gun, ready to shoot. She shoots and misses. Grace runs away, but once again gets lost. All of a sudden, Daniel walks in. Daniel doesn't really care about killing her or the ritual, and he gives her a 10-second head start before he calls the family. She makes a run for it. Grace escapes the mansion and hides in the barn, and she sees Georgie, Emily's youngest son. She's relieved to see that it's just a kid, but she's shocked when he shoots her in the hand. She angrily knocks the little boy out. Right after that, she gets startled by a goat and accidentally falls into a pit filled with the decaying corpses of the previous sacrifices. She climbs out, and as the ladder falls below her, she has no choice but to hold on tightly with her injured hand. To make matters worse, she mistakenly placed her palm on a stray nail. She finally gets out and is pursued by the family's butler, Stevens. She fights him and escapes in his car. While driving off, She calls the car's customer service to ask for help, but the car is quickly reported stolen and shut down. Stevens catches up and tranquilizes her. He drives back to the house and video calls the family to show them that he is bringing her back. While being driven back, Grace wakes up and attacks Stevens, causing the car to crash. She survives the crash and crawls out of the car, but Daniel is waiting for her with a shotgun. Daniel makes it clear that he does not want to hurt her, but he can't go against the whole family. She tells him that the whole curse is just a superstition and no one will die in the morning if she survives. Daniel knocks her out with the gun, and she is captured again and restrained on the symbol of a pentagon as the family prepares to sacrifice her. They drink from a ceremonial cup and start to vomit blood. Daniel rescues Grace and tells her that he poisoned the wine the family drank, but the poison is not enough to kill them, so she should hurry. Charity, however, catches up to them and shoots Daniel in the throat after she realizes that he would not let them complete the sacrifice, causing him to bleed badly. Grace thanks Daniel for helping her and out of anger, faces Charity. She pistol whips Charity and knocks her out. Tony comes in and she hits him twice with an oil lamp. That knocks him out and she throws the oil lamp away. That knocks Tony out and starts a fire. Alex then finds Daniel's dead body and is heartbroken. Becky also finds Grace in the dining room, and the two fight it out. Luckily, Grace overpowers her and beats her skull to death. Alex then walks in and finds Grace and his mother. Realizing Grace no longer trusts him, Alex captures her and takes her back to the family to be sacrificed. The family prepares to sacrifice Grace, but she twists away from the stab. In the midst of the confusion, they notice that the sun is out already and nothing has happened. They think the tradition was a lie, but Helene charges at Grace to kill her. She thinks that LaBelle gave them one more chance to kill Grace, but before she gets to Grace, she explodes. The remaining family members explode one by one. Alex pleads for forgiveness, but Grace rebukes him, and he explodes. As the mansion burns, Grace sees LaBelle's ghost, realizing the truth. She sits on the patio steps, exhausted and traumatized, with her blood-stained wedding dress, and smokes a cigarette as the police arrive. That's all for the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it.